Hi, traders. I hope all is well. I hope you can hear me. It's actually my live test here I'm doing here today. Another live test, but this a little more involved live test. And I hope all is well. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. I hope the image is clear enough. And I'm looking forward to really having us kind of go through some things here to determine how our future sessions are going to go here. But I think I've mentioned. Hi, Manuel. How are you guys doing? I'm glad to have you join me. I think I mentioned before that my intention this year in 2018 is to really dramatically pick up my participation on my YouTube channel here. In fact, 2018 is the year for my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I can't choose a specific network every single year, but 2018, I'm rededicating myself to my YouTube channel here, and there's some amazing things on the way. So, and you're starting to see that I'm building that. Now, I have not come out with a very thorough, big giant announcement as of yet because I'm working some things out, like this live session is not an official start of our live sessions, but I do want to try to get as much done as I possibly can. But it's good to see you guys piling in here. That's awesome. But guys, what I'd like to do and what I'm actually preparing to do is to really have a very reliable schedule, weekly schedule every week here. And I think that what we have here is we have the makings of really creating a truly cohesive community that offers me the platform to do almost everything that I want to do. So, for instance, I want a place where you can jot me a message and I can respond to you, or I can have various members of my team respond to you. I also want a place where I can go live, and here we are live right now. I also want a place where I can take I want to do trade reviews. I want to review and critique some of your trades. I want to post some of my own trading. So here's the idea, and I want you guys to be aware of this. The idea going forward is that every Monday, and I'm thinking Monday is a good day. These days might change, but right now, every Monday, my idea is that is going to be Boss Trade the Open Like a Boss Monday. So I will post a video that has captured all of my live trading for that Monday. And we will use my Monday trading, okay, as a way of delving into every single decision I made for that day, every single trade, win or loss, and why it was made. But more importantly, I want to bring you into my mindset throughout the trade. So I want you to live through my trades. And there's a certain amount of learning that you will experience through osmosis. Everything can't be learned by listening to me talk or coming to a seminar or reading a book. There's a certain amount that you just learn through osmosis by watching it done, you know? And in many respects, that's the highest form of learning, right? That's the highest form of learning. So I'm really excited about Boss Mondays. We're going to call it Boss Mondays for short, Boss Trading Mondays. But it stands for, my popular program entitled Trade the Open Like a Boss. Now, I spend Mondays with my boss students, my boss traders, and I'm very happy to report that now each graduate of my boss program gets funded by me personally up to half a million dollars. So they don't start off with 500,000 US dollars, but they can work themselves up to 500,000 dollars, a half a million dollars. So very happy to be able to add that component to the platform, to that program. So that's Mondays. Trade the Open Like a Boss Mondays. And that's going to be the day where you look deeply into my trading. On Tuesdays, it'll be 2 minute trading tip Tuesdays. So I'm going to use Tuesdays to basically give you a tip. Now, I did that. I did this week, but I did it kind of a day late because I'm working some things out. And I promise I'm going to get it right. But I want to put out a trading tip. You know what I'm saying? Boom days. That's right, Juan. I like it. I want to put out a trading tip, a valuable trading tip. Now, I tried to do this on Instagram a little earlier in the year. That was my idea, but the platform's limitations. As much as I love the Instagram platform, I truly do love it. It's one of my favorite platforms. But YouTube offers just a far greater degree of latitude for me to really delve into the tip and not have the restrictions that Instagram provides to me. So, guys, I do have Colombian coffee. I'm in Colombia, so you know I've gotta have the Colombian coffee here. But we're going to I'm going to tip your way throughout the year to higher levels of market play and market sophistication, you know? And I'm excited about that too because what I ultimately want you to do is I want you to collect an entire year of tips. And I promise you that if you put these tips together, and then what I'm going to try to do is layer the tips. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to layer them in a fashion where when you accumulate the tips in this order, that it methodically builds your trading acumen, your trading sophistication floor by floor. So like just like when you're building a building, you can't like build the fourth floor of a building before you build the third floor and the second floor. So by giving you floor 4 before you have the foundation, the basement, the floor 1, the floor 2 in place, that's ridiculous, right? And you can actually do damage to a trader or anything that you're teaching. You can do damage to your students, right? If you give the teaching out of order. And there are many teachers out there doing a lot of damage because they don't understand that you don't give trigonometry to a student a kindergartner or first grader who's learning arithmetic. That you can ruin that student for life as far as the love and appreciation of math if you do things out of order, you know? So you got to do things out of order. You got to do things in order. So I'm really excited about Trading Tip Tuesdays where I'm going to delve into a trading tip and your goal, right? Hey guys, hola, ¿cómo están ustedes? Bien, sí, Argentina is in the house. Everyone's in the house. I love it. So Trading Tip Tuesdays, your goal should be to accumulate these tips throughout the year, and knowing that each tip is really like an additional step toward trading mastery. Wednesdays, I would like it to be Trade Review Wednesdays. Now, not remember Monday is sort of like my trade review, the review of my trades on Mondays. But Trade Review Wednesdays is the review of your trades. So I have to work out some details. I don't know how I'm going to receive the trades that you want me to review. And maybe I don't know. We're going to set it up. We're going to organize it. And I would love your comments below. Give me some ideas. How should I receive your trades that you want me to review? And so I don't quite have that figured out, and I might need your help on that. So use the comment section below. You give me your ideas. I promise you I'm going to read every single idea. You understand? So give me your ideas. I want to receive some trades that you want to review, and I want to pick, 3 to 5 trades on every Wednesday that we delve into, that I critique from my perspective, in my opinion. I'm going to use my 31 years of experience to critique your trades. And I'm going to do the very best to give you some tips and techniques to improve maybe some of the errors that you made. Maybe you had a perfect trade. I don't know. But I think this is going to prove to be extraordinarily valuable for the community. And so I want you to understand that there are The only way you can truly learn how to trade is to trade. I mean, there are people who buy books and believe that at the end of each book that they're going to be a better trader. You cannot read your way to trading. You cannot read your way to anything for that matter. The book can prepare you for your practice and for playing the game, but it is not the game. You cannot learn how to trade going to seminars, not even mine. I mean, the seminars can be helpful in your preparation for your path, your journey, but seminars are not the journey. And the same way, nothing can really train you how to trade except trading. And this is the case in life, right? You can't learn how to play golf reading or sitting in a class or in your lessons. You have to play golf, and I know this. I know this. So, um, but so it's the experience of your own trades that ultimately becomes your best trader. Oliver Velez is not the best trader. Oliver Velez is the best guide. I mean, not the best trader. Oliver Velez is not the best trainer or educator, right? But Oliver Velez is the best guide and trainer until experience is born. You have to accumulate enough experience so that experience takes over as your teacher. Experience is the best teacher always. You know, it's not Oliver Velez, it's not anyone. No one's better than your own experience. But what do you do before you gain the proper amount of experience? You need enough of it to for the experience to grow up into an adult to become your leader or your guide. So before that, what do? That's what a mentor's role is. A mentor's role is to be there by your side and with you until your voice comes into being, until your teacher arrives. Who's your teacher? Your experience. Do you follow what I'm saying with this? That no teacher is really your ultimate teacher except your very own experience. But something has to be there until that real teacher comes into existence. I just want to make sure I'm good, okay? You follow what I'm saying, right? So, okay. So, there are several ways to gain experience. One is through your own trades, another is the review of another's trades, even bad trades. The review of others' trades that are bad will help you grow your own experience as well. The review of other trades that are good, not your own. So you absorb the trades of another into your own experience. That's amazing. Now, listen, I often tell this story. This I often use this metaphor to explain this concept to my traders. I say, listen, the American Indian, all right, the Native Americans, there were groups that were considered to be violent, um, but they were just protecting themselves. But at any rate, there were certain groups that believed in scalping their their opponents. So once you conquered your opponent, you scalped the top of their head. And there was a very distinct reason behind this scalping, right? Many of the groups of Native Americans, and this applies to other fighting groups throughout the world as well, believed that all of the virtues of the enemy that you conquered resided at the top of their head. They believed that if the enemy had courage, the courage resided at the top of the head. If they had honor, that honor resided at the top of the head. If they had intelligence, if they had strength, if they had power, if they had fortitude, if they had discipline, all of their virtues resided at the top of the head. So by scalping the top of the head off and retaining the scalp as a badge of honor, you would absorb all of the virtues of your opponent into yourself and therefore become more powerful. In the same fashion, we can do this in trading. We can scalp the trades, the top of the heads of trades of others without actually having done the trade ourselves, but by reliving the trade through correct eyes. Whether the trade is bad, a good trade, or a bad trade does not really matter. But it is the proper scalping of that trade to absorb all of the lessons, all of the essence, all of the virtues of that trade and the lessons that it has for us to absorb that into ourselves is to quicken the journey toward trading mastery. And so Wednesdays is dedicated, Wednesdays is Scalping Wednesdays. It's dedicated to scalping the heads of others' trades and your trades too when it's your turn. Do you follow what I'm saying? So I can't be more excited about this. I think this is going to be another very valuable day in the week. So that's 3 days in a week. Now, Thursday, I'm going to take a break. And what I plan to do on Thursdays is not really put out any content for the channel, but I'm going to use that to sort of catch up on a lot of your comments, your questions, or what have you on the channel. And I do encourage that. And I want you to understand that while I might dedicate Thursdays to answering, I may not be able to get to every single one, but over time I will. And that I can promise you. So Thursdays are going to be a little off day for me and going to be a day where I can focus on, a lot of the unanswered questions that have come through the content that have come as a result of the content that I put out on the Monday and the Tuesday and the Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. Now, I'm going to take your questions in just a minute. Um, I I want to also let you know that on Fridays we will do this. So we will come together live, and I just want to keep. There are times when I believe that it's probably cool to have a topic. All right. So there are going to be times where I believe that a specific focused topic on Friday is the way we should go. But my general idea is to keep it open, to just have Fridays as let's get together live. Let's have a powwow. You grab a glass of wine or a cup of coffee or whatever you do, and let's powwow a little bit. Let's talk about how the trading week went. Let's talk about how your trading went. Let's answer some questions. If you're confused about something, let's get that confusion cleared up. And so that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to keep Fridays relatively open, but there might be some Fridays where, we have a specific topic. Maybe there's something important that's happened that week that we should really focus on and get to the bottom of and things of that nature. So Fridays is going to be reserved for live so that I can look at your comments like I am now and take an answer or so, okay? Now, so why don't we do that now? So that's what's coming up. And guys, listen, I'm going to be making a major announcement about the rejuvenation of my YouTube channel very soon. I've made some very light announcements. So I'm going to make a really major announcement very soon. And what I'm going to do is to commemorate that is I'm going to give some very special prizes out. All right. I'm going to give some really special prizes out. So you're going to want to subscribe. You're going to want to follow. You're going to want to have notifications on because those are going to be just a few of the minor requirements needed to win these things. But when I am ready to when I have everything worked out and I'm ready to make the full major announcement, I'll be making it with these prizes that I will be making available to you. And they're going to be very valuable. All right, so I'll be giving out, $500,000 trading accounts and the whole 9 yards. So just get ready for that. Get ready for that. All right, so why don't we now? This is still sort of a test, so I'm going to use today's session to work a few things out. I'm going to go back over this session and find out. I'm going to see how the audio was, how the video was. How I can tweak and improve on that. I'm going to switch to my full screen now and show you some things. But first of all, just let me know that am I coming through okay? I see your comments. I love the fact that you guys are all here. I just want to know, am I coming through? I mean, I know I've been talking a long time before. I should have said this earlier, but am I audible? Can you hear me well? Is the visual part okay? It's perfect, Master? Okay, fantastic. I love that. Now, what I want to do, guys, I want to take you over, if I can. This is what I want to do. I want to take you over to my trading screen. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Why not have us do that? So what I would like to do, and I'm going to pull you up here just to make sure that I have my full trading screen up here. And I want what I want to do is I want to quickly, again, keeping in mind that this is a test. These are just some of the things I'm going to do. So I'm sort of experimenting with some of the things I'm going to do here. So what I want to do is very quickly show you a couple of trades that I took today. And everything was in Apple. So I took multiple trades in Apple today. And I want to show you how much this was far from rocket science here. Far from rocket science here, guys. My first trade of the day, this is the first bar of the day. Now, what you're looking at here in the left-hand corner, you're looking at a 2-minute chart of Apple. So every bar represents 2 minutes of trading. So every green bar is 2 minutes, every red bar is 2 minutes, all right? So what I tend to have my traders do is let most of the first 2 minutes go by without doing anything. We sip coffee during the first 2 minutes of trading, you know? And I particularly want them to pay a lot of attention to a sizable amount of green or a sizable amount of red off the open. Now, this 200-period moving average is a big key of ours. So if you get green above the red 200-period moving average, which you see here, all right, that is power, and I'm looking for an upside bias. So what do? I buy above the high of bar number 1. So I let bar number 1 sort of trade without any activity. I'm drinking coffee. I buy, boom, right above bar number 1 right there. And I'm going to place my protection under the 200-period moving average, not under the bar in this case, because the 200 is often strong support. So I don't want to get stopped out right above my support. I'd rather get stopped out under my support. So my protection is under the red bar here. So I buy here. To make a long story short, guys, I'm out of the whole thing on this run. Now, I did do a big portion of this trade live on Periscope. It's archived there. If you want to go over to my Periscope channel, someone can post that in the comments here. You can go watch that trade happen. And I picked up a little over $1,000 or so on this run to the upside here. I played pretty lightly today. It's Friday the 13th. I didn't want to take any chances, right? Sipping coffee here. So what I did next was I was thinking that, wow, this is so powerful to the upside that a pullback would be a buyable pullback. But I did not like the way the pullback started. Look at the first red bar down. I like milder starts to a downward move. I don't like the violent jerks to the downside after strength. That red footprint is not a normal sign. That's not a sign of normal profit taking. That's a sign of real deep profit taking. The type of profit taking that is heavy enough to be more enduring. It's not temporary. So I didn't like that. So I didn't short this red bar, but I did say I'm going to wait for the next green bar to see what happens. And if that green bar can't be followed by an additional green, and that one green bar is immediately snatched away by red, I'm going short this. So what happened? The next bar, the next red bar here, and I'll blow this up a little bit for you, right? That next red bar, boom, killed the green bar right away. Boom, right there. I went short right in this red bar here. Okay? And if you look carefully, every single time after that, a green bar showed up, red snatched it away. As if to say, the red bar as if to say, get out of here. What are you trying to do here, green? You're not controlling this. I'm controlling this. So red snatches green away again. Boom! Green tries to show itself. Again, red says, get out of here, because red is from New York. You know what I'm saying? So red says, get out of here. Boom! It takes the green away right there. Green tries to show itself once again. Red says, I told you once and for all. Now I'm really going to crush you. Boom! So whenever a color can only produce one to two of its kind, and then it's violently taken out, that is the losing side. So my play on the short side was very, very well timed. I have to admit that myself. So this was my second play to the downside. Um, I actually, that was my second play. I actually saw this red bar, and a lot of you have been with me long enough to know my 50% retracement concept. So I say, wow, this is a huge red bar. If this bounces halfway into the red bar, I'm going short again. So what happens? Apple bounces halfway into the red. So look at this giant red bar and go halfway up. Boom. Now, tell me that's not freaking accurate. My 50% retracement concept kills. So I shorted around the 50% mark. The 50% move back into danger or into trouble. And there was another leg of profitability that happens. And then my last trade of the day, guys, came as I was practicing for you guys, right? I'll show you this. This is crazy. My last trade of the day, all right, came. Actually, I thought it was later in the day. My last trade of the day. Well, yeah, this is my very last trade of the day. Came here. All right. So, we've dropped to lows here. We're deep below the 200 period moving average here. And we're starting to see some bottoming tail bars here. And this strong move up back to the 20 period moving average, I was like, you know what? I think this thing turns into the close. So I don't buy on this move up. Now, I want you to imagine that this green is all the way at the top. It came back in. But when it was at the top of the bar's range, it was a powerful looking green bar. So we dropped back, we formed red. So I said, I'm going to see if another red's going to form, or if green is now going to be the one that says, get out of here, get that red out of here. What are you talking about? Boom! Green takes out the red right away. And so I pile in. Boom! Brought my gains to $4,100. So my initial play earned about maybe $1,100, and then I just kept picking away. I didn't look at the markets every moment of the trading day. I spot checked the market, and if something was there, I played it, and if nothing was there, I just went about my business. You know. So a couple trades, I did one or two trades during one or two trades in the morning, one or two trades during lunch, and this final trade at the end of the day grabbed me $4,100 in the play and the trade, and that was it. And this week was a monster week for me. So if you followed me on the other social networks, you followed me even here. I showed my $22,000 lunch this week and my lunch period this week, and it was just a really, really powerful trading day. But I told all of you at the beginning of the year that 2018 was going to be one of the biggest trading years of your life. And so far, that has been the case. All right, an amazing, amazing year. So anyway, I hope that's helpful, kind of reviewing my trades. Again, guys, I tell you over and over again that I am using this more as a test today to just kind of touch upon almost everything that I want to do with the channel. All right, so I just wanted to go to my full screen, see how that came across for you. Go through a quick explanation of my trades and see if any technical issues sort of popped up in the process. But that's going to be, just one of many things that we're going to do here. The review of your trades like that, the review of my trades. And I'm hoping that's going to be valuable and interesting for you. All right. So, guys, we have quite a bit that we're going to be doing here, and I'm really, really excited. I can't tell you how excited I am about it all. So, what I want to do is take a couple more minutes here in this test, just to take a few of your questions. All right, now I know you've been asking questions along the way, um, but I want to start taking them now. So you might have to. Um, the camera quality is bad. I really appreciate that. It's not the camera quality; it's probably my connection. I'm getting a red buffering sign here, so it is my connection, guys. And see, these. This is the reason why I'm doing this test, to try to work out these very things here. But I really appreciate that, and I'm going to see if I am losing. Uh, yeah, I'm dropping some frames here. I am dropping some frames here. Let's see if it comes back. It's gone from red to yellow here. So maybe we'll get the green back and the quality will come back. I really apologize about this, but we're gonna work these things out. This is why these tests are very important for me, guys. So I'm gonna be reviewing this again and trying to find out where the holes are and whether it's my overall connection here, or whether it's the software I'm using, or what have you. But we will definitely work it all out. All right. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for some of the quality to come back here, um, what questions do you have? If Wow, Ash Rocky Realty, you've been following me from the pristine days. That's a long time, guys. Listen, guys, my first professional uh, trading organization that I formed in my for my basement apartment in the Bronx, New York, on September 11th, infamous day, but September 11th of 1994. The name of that company was Pristine Capital Management, and the service that I use to kick off that company or to start my professional, educational, or advisory career in the business after trading successfully for many years was called the Pristine Day Trader. It was a newsletter that ultimately reached a subscriber base of over 4 million subscribers to that newsletter worldwide, written in 6 different languages throughout the world. And I'm very proud to say that that company sort of was one of the pioneers of the trading space. We set the standard. I set the standard with that company for the trading space in a very big way. Almost a very big part of the community came through my educational programs and my trainings. And many of the people out there teaching you today, or advising you in some way, or trying to sell you something in some way, or claiming to be, um, great market participants or what have you, a lot of those people came through Pristine. We were one of the first, and we were certainly one of the largest in the world with that. So that was my first company. So Ash Rocky here is saying that I think it's Ash Rock Realty is saying that he's been following me from those days, and that was a long time ago, long time ago. So good to have you here. Good to have you here. Um, but yeah, if any of you are interested in any trainings of mine, I think most of you know that I've now focused on training and funding my own traders. You go to ifundtraders.com. That site is in English and Spanish and Portuguese as well. But ifundtraders.com, you hit the programs tab and just see if any of those resonate with you. But my goal these with this channel is not to sort of sell you anything, but to just sort of create a community of traders that are serious and um, like-minded and just want to raise their level of sophistication. And your community is extraordinarily important in this. I want you to understand that your community is important. Um, where who you surround yourself with, who you expose your inner being to in this business is extraordinarily important, because it is a sad thing when I spot people who've accumulated so much garbage over the years that they have gone so far back behind the eight ball that they can't possibly come back, that they are just too filled up with garbage, that the divesting process would just take too much and probably wouldn't work in the first place. You can become damaged. You can get the wrong thing so deeply into your DNA that it is irreversible. And it's the same in life. You can take a child and damage a child by exposing that child, their entire childhood, to the wrong thing, the wrong environment, the wrong people. That child can accumulate the so many of the wrong experiences that you create a criminal for life or a damaged individual for life that will never be normal. All right. And it's the same thing with trading children. You have to protect who you expose yourself to. You have to protect what you take in and what you try. You know, you're precious and you're very impressionable in the beginning. And so you do not want to just give that over to anyone. And there are a lot of people that you should not be doing that to, unfortunately, in this space and business. So my feeling is that, listen, if you feel that something resonates with you here, stick around. If you don't, that's okay too, because I do not pretend to be everyone's cup of tea, nor do I want to be everyone's cup of tea. That would be crazy. That would be scary. All right. And, but I do want to build a family here of like-minded people that we all feel the same thing. We all want the same thing. We're all passionate about the same thing. And we all love each other. And that's the whole 9 yards. And if that's not the case, then you move on and find someone else to love. I mean, that's the way it works here. All right. All right. I do want to be a part of the community, but still can't afford the self-start program. Well, this is it, guys. Listen, as I said, this channel is not going to be designed to try to sell you anything. It's going to be designed for us to get together. And this is one of the ways that I want to give back to the community for the support I've received for many, many years and continue to receive. It's one of the places that I want to direct people just like you that says, listen, I would love to do this. I'm just not in the financial position right now to do it. Well, this is probably going to be, I'm going to dedicate myself to making this more valuable than almost any other option you have. So you stick around and you're going to grow every single week. That is my mission, that you're going to grow every single week here. You're going to have an aha moment almost every single week of your life here. You're going to raise your level of market sophistication every single week of your life here. And I will tell you that in several months from now, you're going to realize that you are head and shoulders above where you are today. And you're going to realize that you're probably head and shoulders above most people out there. There are not many people in this business for 31 years. I have a 31-year track record, and that is verifiable. I've been professionally trading the markets for 31 years, guys, and I am telling you that I'm one of the last of the Mohicans out there. That not that I'm the only one who has 31 years of experience, but I'm one of the only ones out there still making myself available, still helping traders, still putting out free content. And a lot of those individuals are gone today. So that is where it is. I want to know how I can tell when a pullback becomes a trend change. This is an art that is developed largely by experience. You need thousands and thousands of pullbacks. You need to live through thousands and thousands of pullbacks to gain that almost sixth sense, that intuition that a master trader has, that this pullback is different. But there are some really interesting key signs. One thing is what I mentioned today in my trade in Apple. The way a pullback begins is your number one indication, number one key. If it begins violently, if you've experienced green to the upside and then boom, the first bar down is violent, that's not a normal pullback. That is a trend change. That is likely to be a trend change. Now, nothing you come up with will have a 100% accuracy rate. That's impossible. But we're talking about playing odds. We're talking about the life's 80-20 rule, right? So if you find something that occurs 80% of the time, then you're a winner. And I'm telling you that that's 80%. That's better than 80% accurate. The way your pullback starts, the first bar down, the first bar against the prior move, if that's violent, it's a change. It's not a pause. Because that's what your question is. When is a pullback a pause versus when is it a sign of major change? And the change, the answer to that is in the start. All right, so keep that in mind. All right. Do I like violent rebounds in the double deep, or do I like power points? I love listen, the key to spotting opportunity is violence. You will hear me talk about this over and over again on this channel. Violence is the key. Abrupt, sudden, boom. That's why that's my signature. Boom is my signature. Power. Sudden, powerful booms. Because those booms are made by the big guys. Those booms are the footprints of big money. We can't make money from little money. We have to make money from big money. Big money leaves behind footprints that are signified by boom. They don't leave footprints like a mouse. You understand? So violence is one of your number one keys to spotting change. When is there a violent, sudden, abrupt boom against what was happening before the boom? And if you can stay there in the markets, I'm telling you, you solve a lot of problems. All right? That's what an elephant is. Yes, an elephant is the visual representation of violence. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right. We do need boom merchandise. Somebody can help me out with that. Does a 2-minute chart give us enough info to use for day trading? Well, do you watch me trade a 2-minute chart every day? Maybe you haven't been around long enough, but yes, you can earn your entire living off the 2-minute chart and no other time frame. I'm not saying that you should only use that time frame, but I will tell you this, that in the first phase of my traders' developments, they're only allowed to use the 2-minute time frame. I don't want them looking at a 5-minute, a 15-minute, a 30-minute, a 60-minute, a daily, a weekly. I want them looking at nothing. If you can't trade one time frame, how are you going to trade 2 time frames? If you get confused or thrown or conflicted with one window open, how are you going to perform with 2 or 4 or 10 windows open? Let's do a window at a time. All right, let's do that. Let's try one. Because if you can't, I always tell traders all the time, if you can't make money with one window, you're not going to make money with 2 windows. If you can't make money with one computer screen, how is 4 computer screens going to help you? It's just going to conflict you more. Too much information, more information. You're confused with the kindergarten level. How are you going to take the 12th grade level? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I'm saying here, guys. How do we deal with commissions on a smaller account when trying to build a position and scale out? It is a problem. If you have a retail account, it is a problem. And in particular, if you have a retail account that charges by the transaction and not by the share. Professionals don't pay by the transactions. By the transaction, they pay by the share. So it doesn't matter how many transactions, it's still the share. So for instance, my traders pay 6 cents every 100 shares. So that's their commission, 6 pennies every 100 shares. So 100 shares of Apple, the commission is 6 cents to buy. 100 shares to sell is another 6 cents. So it's a 12-cent round turn. That means that if they do 200 shares in, they're going to pay 12 cents, right, to get in. 6 cents every 100 shares. But check this out. If they do the 200 shares in two separate transactions, so 100 shares once, that's 6 cents. Another 100 shares, that's another 6 cents. It's still the same commission. So in one case, they did 200 shares in one transaction, 12 cents. In another case, another scenario, they did the 200 shares in two separate transactions, 100 and 100. It's still the same commission. In the retail world, they charge you largely by transaction. So the 200 shares together is one transaction. If you did 100, 100, it's two transactions, even though the share amount is the same. Listen, these retail brokerage firms don't have private jets, and they don't pay their VPs tens of millions of dollars a year because that commission is small. It sounds small, but the retail commissions are the highest commissions in the world. It's crazy. I would never be able to do what I do with retail-based commissions. So you got to find some way to get beyond retail commissions if you're going to trade the way we trade on my traders and I trade. It's just impossible to do it with retail commissions. When am I visiting Cali? I want to come out there this soon. I was actually thinking about that just a couple days ago. Got to get back out to my old stomping grounds in Newport Beach and Laguna Beach and Irvine. Got to get out there. Guys, did you know I had a trading office for 6 years in Irvine, California, right next to Newport Beach? Big trading office there. Had some really big traders there as well. All right. 60 cents 100 shares. That's $6 a thousand. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think you can do better. But listen, it's better than strict retail. But $6 a thousand. We're paying 60 cents a thousand. So that's a lot. We're paying for 1,000 shares, which you're paying for 100 shares. But I'm offline here. I just went offline. Okay, I'm just back online, I think. Guys, I'm not sure if I'm back here. If I've disconnected, I'm not sure if I'm back here. I think I might be back. Maybe I'm not. But listen, I'm going to bow out for now. I think I have enough data from this test to delve into some of the solutions that I need. I don't see anyone typing here, so I don't know if I reconnected. Oh, here you are. So I think I'm back a little bit. I think I'm back. I see you're typing here. But I'm going to bow out for now. As I mentioned, this live session was just largely used as a test for me. Now I need to go and review how things went and make my corrections and my tweaks. All right.